Shabbat Shalom, everybody. The end of last week's parasha finishes in a shocking way. Zimri, the prince of the tribe of Shimon, not only engaged in a forbidden relationship with an idolatrous woman, he also paraded the woman he wished to be with in front of Moshe and all the Jewish people. Pinchas attacked the couple after they retired into a tent, and thus he turned away divine anger from the Jewish people and won for himself and his descendants the crown of priesthood. We might ask why Zimri did what he did. Was it not enough for him to do wrong, that he had to flaunt his wrongdoing among the entire people? The answer is quite simple. Zimri saw himself as an influencer. Because he could not change the Torah to suit his desired lifestyle, he wished to launch a coup against Moshe and confuse the public discourse, obscuring its truth and hoping to justify his behavior by virtue of its being accepted in the public arena. So Zimri did the biblical equivalent of live streaming his sin. It was not enough to do what he did. He had to shift public perception and win hearts and minds, like any good YouTuber. But Zimri failed. When Pinchas counterattacked, he showed that in Judaism, the public arena was not up for grabs, and that the definition of right and wrong is not so malleable that simply making something happen in public makes it all right. The rest of the parasha can be seen as a continued rehabilitation of public culture, ensuring that it is an expression of divine values and not a countervailing force sowing chaos and destruction. The tribes are counted and their families are named, and each name is given a yud after it and a hey before it, teaching that God rests one of his names, the name of the yud and the hey, on every Jewish family that follows him loyally. Thus the public face of each family, its name, bears a divine stamp. This is followed by the laws of inheritance, stipulating that each family's possession of the land of Israel is to be passed from one generation to the next as a vehicle for the family name, since the estate where each family lives is called by their name. Then Joshua is appointed as Moshe's successor, ensuring that the public face of the people as a whole remains one worthy of the divine presence among them. And the parasha finishes with the laws of the sacrifices in the temple, the public spirituality that expresses to us and to God the gentle but relentless upward spiral of the Jewish year. The end of the last parasha showed us Zimri desecrating Jewish public life with his jaunty dismissal of the purity of Torah. Our parasha shows the reclaiming of public life as a servant of Torah. In this we find a dissonance between the public culture of Jewish and secular life. All around us, the proliferation of social media has led to an unprecedented democratizing of the arts and ideas. Everyone has a camera. Everyone has a public platform. Phones and computer screens have morphed into sandboxes for new ideas and cultures, all seeking to go viral and claim the mainstream for themselves. The lockdown has intensified this phenomenon. More time off means that people have thought more and use social media to broadcast their ideas more. It makes for a public discourse which is very rich and varied, to be sure, but also confused and confusing. New trends are adopted, they run their course, they fade away. Instead of the upward trajectory in spirituality attained through consistency in Torah, the public discourse is a cacophony that pulls us this way and that, but takes us nowhere. Pinchas taught that Jewish public life is not a free-for-all. Rather, it is a holy place dedicated to God, a powerhouse of spirituality with which we tamper at our peril. We should all contribute to it, and we can all gain immense strength from it. So important was this message that Pinchas killed for it, and his act of killing earned him the priesthood. As we begin our slow return to shul and the lockdown eases, the challenge of living public life well returns to us all. Our prayers in shul especially are an opportunity for us to create an art form of spirituality, a theatre of communication with God, where the words are set in stone, but the degree to which we connect with them is up to us all. And even as our social connections are re-established, we can seek to stake our claim to the public arena, living as proud Jews and bringing Jewish life into the open, even when it is not widely understood or appreciated. Thus it is that we too can earn the crown of Jewish priesthood, promised by God to Moshe, that through our unswerving loyalty to Torah, we will all become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Thanks for listening. Stay safe.